Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I've created Magic and Miracles with one purpose only: to help individuals of all walks of life all around the globe to help achieve their dreams and goals. It's so important to achieve your dreams and goals. And so, all the information from me is below. If you want to be in coaching with me, I can walk you through the process really quick. I had this inspiration before going live, just the visual of it. When you click on my website, I know you know how to click on websites, it's not that, but I wanted to show you a couple of things. And actually meant to record a video about it, but really quick. This is when you go to my website. What you will be looking for ultimately is to sign the coaching agreement for any one-on-one sessions, any audio recordings. So it's outlined in the verbiage, as you can see, but what you would be looking for is to download it right here. It's a Word document. You need to print it, sign it by hand, print the date, and print your name, and then scan it either with your phone. I've seen that done. I've done it myself. Or, I'm so sorry to inconvenience you, but that's what I require, a scanned document in an email attachment. And then what you would ultimately do, if you go back to home and scroll down, this is my other live. I need to update it. My coaching and coaching packages, you will have the kind of the long instruction there. I'm going to record at some point and update it, but I wanted to show you, you would either be looking for a 1 hour if you're looking to kind of make sure we resonate, and you'll obviously click on that and go through the purchase of that, or the monthly signature coaching package. Okay. And that's what's recommended for those who are starting out, specifically because we have a lot of work to do. In the beginning, we're meeting 3 times per week. Everything's recorded. You're very encouraged to rewatch the session. I give you homework, and we go through the process of my coaching process, covering the history, processing the mama drama panorama, and then setting you up on the new golden Buddha status timeline. This is in a nutshell. And everybody's different. So 2 to 3 months on average is enough. And then eventually I downgrade you and win you off, downgrade you specifically in terms of the session frequency. We go from 3 to 2 to 1 a week. And then at some point we part, and people come back to me, I don't know, 6 months, a year from that point forward. But I'm not dealing with the same issues. We've done so much progress. At that point, we've excavated all the fears and insecurities that I'm not working with the same person. So you understand. And there's a different package. I'm not sure if it's on the first page, but you'll find it on my website where it says touch up, 5 touch up sessions, and that's the package that you would book, and it's discounted because you're coming back, and I take care of all of my clients. Okay, I hook you up, as they say now. But initially, listen, it's just so much work. I already don't charge as much as I really should for the amount of work, the meticulous work that I do on every single client. And I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that I truly treat you like a custom made Rolls Royce. I mean, really, I genuinely enjoy my work, and this is why I take such precision to it, and passion. Now, with the signature coach, if you wanted to book the 3 months together, you get the rate of the discount that I just offered during the Valentine's Day of $29.50 instead of $32.50. So if you wanted to book all 3 months, and this is what you think that you will need, it's right there. It's discounted, and it also has the link. So I'll show you. Instead of saying, I'll show you. This is why I wanted to do this. So you see how the coaching agreement, by the way, is up. It's attached to every single package, so you can download it after you go through with the purchase. But you see how there is a link on the bottom, says if you'd like to pay in installments, please use this link. So you'll take this link. I mean, you'll click on this link and it'll take you to Affirm or Klarna. Affirm is the better option. This is what I'm advised by my clients. So that's if you wanted to pay in installments. Now, a couple more things, and then we're going to start with the live. Just really wanted to, because I receive a lot of questions, guys. So maybe I'll edit this out and post it separately. Other packages are, I coach coaches. You guys know that this is the monthly fee. There's an audio a day coaching package as well for somebody who wants to sample my coaching. The signature energy course is really beautiful. But before that, yeah, I knew I skipped over something. Unfuck Your Life in 30 Days. It's for somebody who needs a lot of hand holding, and it's not just the 3 sessions per week, but you literally have access to me every single day via audio, which needs to be 5 minutes max, or an email. The monthly audio exchange, I think a lot of people are familiar. This is how I started. I've discounted it quite a bit. It used to be at $27.50. On the go package is a package that allows you to have sessions twice a week. Not my preference per se, but I've used it with people whose schedule can accommodate that for whatever reason. And then finally, one second, right. The signature energy course, I just wanted to stress, if you're not going to do anything else, but, let's just say you're on a super tight budget, I would just do a couple sessions with me and the signature energy course. And if you're advanced, it will get the ball rolling. All right. It's not ideal. It's not, but I poured a lot of love into this course, and it's audio based. Do it yourself. You still need to sign the coaching agreement. So finally, I want to say the seminars there, I've done those quite a bit, especially, for whatever reason, in the beginning of coaching on YouTube. And then 6 months, once a week, that's a package really discounted, basically exactly what it says. If you wanted to cover my coaching at that speed, or if you wanted to do it for a year. Okay. Again, not what I recommend. My process is very intense. And I really do recommend, hold on, let me just unclick this. I think I showed you everything I wanted to. Um, I recommend that it's intense, that you get in there with real intention, because you had enough of the way things are, okay? And that's, what you really are purchasing. And I just wanted to explain it because I don't think many people understand like the amount of work we're doing together until they actually in my coaching. It's very common. I'm not bragging on me. It's just on the process I've created where people get into my coaching and they realize, oh, now I understand why you charge what you charge. And again, not to brag, but I don't charge nearly as much as I should for the amount of work, because I re-listen to our sessions, I take extensive amount of notes, and I truly custom make the process for you. So if you have any questions before booking, please don't hesitate to email me. My email is below. All right. How is everybody doing? Welcome and big thumbs up and big subscribe for those who are new. The topic of today is your secret quantum shift into marriage to SP. I had so much fun writing down these notes. You guys, I just was laughing the entire time, not because of any other reason, just having such a good time, just really finding a lot of humor. So thank you so much, by the way, for voting on the one of the polls that I posted, like, what are you guys manifesting right now? And it turns out to be marriage. And of course, but I just wanted to make sure. And so I'm going to share some things that will help you quite a bit. And I think the first question to ask is, who are you? Right? Who are you right now? It's kind of like that that cat in Alice in Wonderland, like, who are you? Like, really, who are you? Like, which role are you playing right now? Right? It's really important to understand that if you are asking for the moon from God, from the universe, meaning like you're asking big, you really are requesting things that are wonderful and not big in size, meaning like impossible, but big in that they're important to you. Okay. It's important to realize they're important to you because you want to feel really happy. So if you're still not happy and you're not mimicking that reality, you are not that person. So who you are being right now can correspond only to this reality of perceiving, first of all, this situation in a certain way. Okay, here I am, I'm by myself, or I'm not with my SP, or they're not proposing to me, or. Okay, so if I am to make 3D my bitch, okay, as I posted in my post, it has to be that one of us, either the 3D or myself, one of us has to hold the reins. And in this situation, certainly it doesn't serve you to, one, having not processed your mama drama panorama, perceiving the world a certain way, okay, through the glasses of your the prism of your mama drama panorama, and then on top of it reacting, kind of like the confirmation, will see, I was right that they were not going to call, I was right that they were going to choose somebody else, I was right. Well, would you rather be right or happy, kind of deal? Like, in that sense, you can prove yourself right in different timelines. Like, which timeline would you rather be right in? Okay. So just understand, if you're unhappy, if you don't have what you want, I don't care if it's SP or anything at all. Okay. That's really, really important to you. Nothing's wrong with you. Okay. I think that's fundamental to understand. You're not less desirable. You're not less lovable. You're just playing the role of some person who is. Okay, you've gotten really good at pretending that this is who you are. And it's not. It's just fucking not. This is why it feels so terrible. Like, when you're born, you come in with a really beautiful story that you want to live out. And yes, you've put, some challenges on the road and the path, and it was never gonna be easy. Like, you just have to understand that, all right? It just doesn't exist. You would be bored. You knew that you would be bored, right? So you came in with this beautiful story, and that is the story that was supposed to set you up for success. Because of what you went through, okay, you just kind of, your perception got stuck over there. It was never supposed to be that way, okay? And because of not letting go and not letting go of your old past self, that you keep dragging on, this hurt little child that never got the love. And I mean, listen, I can relate to that more than I can say right now. But the idea is not to become the pain, okay? Not to become that person permanently, because if I can convey to you today that what you really came here to do, I know you hear this thrown around like in so many ways, but it's so true, and there's no other words for me to explain it in. If you really knew like how magnificent your life is supposed to be right now, minus the glasses of Mama Drama Panorama, you will get so happy. I think you would explode of happiness. And I think you would view your current situation completely differently. In other words, there's the ideal reality. Doesn't mean it's perfect, okay? The challenges, they never stop in that sense. But there is an ideal reality in which, like, you do have this SP, like right now, okay? And your identity shift needs to go from, I'm unwanted, I'm playing this role. It's automatic, right? Like, you put it on like a costume in the morning. I'm unwanted, they haven't called, da, 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 da. It's like they're out of the picture. You're not even asking them anymore. You're the one narrating. Well, it's kind of like they're already there with you holographically, and you're having these discussions with them. You understand this, right? When you are talking, like when you're getting up in the morning and you're thinking of them, and I know you're thinking of them quite a bit, okay, maybe all day. I'm just saying. So imagine the entirety of time that you're talking to this guy or girl, you're sending out a really disappointing vibe. Okay, and you're blaming them for that, and that's understandable, but we're advanced people here, okay? Are we not? the responsibility has to be taken, like, how much of this is my mama drama panorama, basically speaking, okay? So how much of what you don't want are you putting on this person, kind of situation? Just really honestly ask yourself this question. Like, I understand you really love them, I understand you really like them, and you are over here thinking, how can I become more desirable, how can I be more attractive, and all of these things, as if something is like really damaged with you. It's not the case. You've simply forgotten to love yourself and offer yourself this timeline, the timeline in which you don't have to try hard, the timeline in which this is the reality already. In which case, why are you playing this role of a martyr? Like, they are already with you, they already love you. You are just in the process, like, not in a very cohesive way, coherent way, processing your mama drama panorama, but as you are, you're projecting it. Okay, here we are, superstar, we're projecting it. So it has absolutely nothing to do with them. You can have them tomorrow if you wanted. So you can have the marriage proposal just like this. Is all of this time that you spending talking to them in a certain way, like, you haven't called and I don't know what you're doing, or I'm jealous, or I'm suspicious, or I'm like, that's a lot of mama drama panorama, but it's an inside job for you to process. Okay. In the minute that you change the conversation with them as you're getting up in the morning and you say to yourself, I knew you would be my husband. The day I laid my eyes on you, I knew you would be my husband. And I know that the same is true for you. Look, just the vibe just changed completely. And in the beginning, it's true story. You won't believe it. You won't believe it for 1 second. And oftentimes people ask me, like, how do you begin to believe it? How do you begin to tap into this feeling of being wanted, of being whatever? Darling, it's just practice makes perfect. Okay. In the beginning, everybody who started out, victory begins in the dark, like Joel Osteen says. It's exactly the same thing. In the beginning, you have nothing, like, just absolutely nothing. What you do have, however, side note here, is you do, even if your whole life your romantic partners were a disaster complete, and I don't believe for 1 second that all of them were like that. You have examples. Okay, you have examples, little ones maybe, but examples still of somebody treating you with respect, somebody treating you with love, compassion, all of those things that you are looking for in your SP. Okay. Now, I had the same issue for a second, really quick, where I somehow, and I'm going to tell you a little story. I think that's why I knew that it was easy to get attention from the opposite sex. It's just the kind of person I wanted, and also the kind of attention. But that, yeah, I could get the attention, I learned that, like, really early. And so, well, here's the example, and you can find those examples in your life and draw inspiration on them and magnify those examples, right? Because when your perception starts shifting, your attention starts going towards those examples, you start feeling about yourself in a different way. Because reality is, darlings, you can tell myriads of stories based upon your past. It's all a matter of interpretation and perception. So, this I remembered, like, literally as I was putting on my makeup to come on tonight, or today, I should say, sorry. When I was 6 years old, my family, we would visit my grandma in Siberia. And on the way to Siberia, for whatever reason, we stopped off in this town. Don't ask me what it was. It's a village, all right? That type of deal. Uh, really, it is. Bicycle is a luxury over there. So, really. And really, really distant relatives lived there. Maybe not relatives, but acquaintances, I should say. Long story short, there was this boy there. He was like 10 years old and I was 6. It's approximate, but it's about right. And I don't know why, but this guy just got so fixated on me, and it sounds so strange now that I'm even saying Yeah, because that's why I was laughing. But he was literally trying to convince his parents after spending the day with me that he was going to marry me when he was old enough. Okay. And he was trying to get consent from his parents, like in written form, mind you, at 10 years old. I don't know. It sounds so bizarre. And he was promising me all these things like I'll be loyal, I'll be a good provider. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm 6 years old. I don't even know the shit that you're talking about. Okay. And he was blonde with blue eyes. Now, maybe my fascination with people of opposite sex who are blonde and blue, who have blonde hair and blue eyes started back then. Who knows? But the fact was, I got so much attention and nobody explained anything to me. Of course, my mom, had her head up her ass, delicately speaking. And she never explained shit to me. Like, what is this even? This was my first introduction into like the opposite sex reaction kind of situation. Like, before that, I never, experienced anything like that. And intuitively, it clicked in with me like, oh, it's easy to do that. Now, what happened afterwards, I got rejected a couple of times. It was really painful. And that memory was still buried in my mind. And from that memory, I worked up a different story. Like I had examples, in other words, right? Now, I understand, okay, that those people who walk away and who cheat on us and who break our hearts and choose somebody else, like it's a bigger impact on your psyche because it's more memorable than somebody like being gaga over you. But what if I told you, darling, like real talk now, that your parents, right, really convinced you, like really convinced you to trust and believe into the doom and gloom more than into the fairy tale and to give it more weight rather than saying, it happens. This is not my luck. I'm not cursed. It just happens. Sometimes you encounter somebody. Maybe they weren't on your level. Have you even thought about that? Okay. Maybe that version, let's just say we're talking about an existing SP, okay? And I can for shit sure speak to that. When I was out of sorts, feeling out of sorts, or feeling discombobulated, feeling like a fish out of water, for whatever reason, the reasons could be many, I would meet versions of people who, proved to be not so great kind of deal because I borrowed them from that other timeline. All right. And never revisited them. So, what if the same exact shit is happening in your life? And I can almost guarantee that that's the deal. All right. You are coming off of from the other timeline. You say you want to be part of the new timeline where you guys are married and have now, mind you, you don't, I know this, coaching people for over 3 years now on YouTube. You don't just want marriage. You want to marry somebody loyal, yeah, provider, this and that, all the things for the ladies, for the gentlemen, a woman who takes care of herself, can hold her own and do. All right. You want to marry like a quality person. And perhaps in this work that you're doing on yourself, you're discovering that, you know what? Hey, not for nothing, my SP over there is falling short in some departments. So that's another kind of component. And that's like a Coca-Cola Light example, okay? We could talk about other things in session. You know what I mean? Everybody's individual. So I don't want to make pronouncements now. Um, so that's another component. You want to marry somebody who's on your par. So even more of a benefit of a motivation for you to examine, hey, what am I? So, all right, I'm saying I want to get married, and married you will be. It's so easy. I've been married twice now. And each and every single time, each and every single twice, the both times, it was like spoken under my breath. I know I'm going to marry him. Okay, just like that. And it felt so normal and natural. So it isn't the marriage that you want. It's actually being in a situation, in a relationship with a person, with the version of the person that you actually see yourself long term with, that you actually like, that you not just love. Like you can love somebody, but you really don't like them. We've all been there. I know maybe you're there now, kind of situation. So even more of a motivation to look at what kind of role are you playing? Are you showing up authentically, or are you still showing up as somebody who wants to chase, who's more prone to, I gotta really hammer it out? Okay. I don't believe that it's going to be this easy. Okay. And not for nothing, I mean, it's kind of ironic. I'm on YouTube myself, but a lot of people on YouTube like really are very good at placing this hysteria and fear in your heart. Like you gotta really try hard. And I really want to discourage, if there's any work to be done, if there's any trying hard to be done, is on understanding, why would you just not go there? Why would you just not let it happen to you? Okay. What opposition, like what arguments do you have against just, yeah, this is normal. It is normal. Like, just imagine one of the things that I wrote down. I'm all over the place with my notes here because I'm just going with the flow, but just imagine the most normal scene. You're married to this person. You're lovely, adorable SP. You made it. You finally, and I'm not talking about the wedding even, all right? I'm not talking about the proposal. Like, you already been married, like maybe for a couple of years. You kind of know each, had a couple of fights, this and then the other, or maybe none. I don't know. So here you are, superstar, and what's happening in this picture? This is a normal, regular situation. What makes you think you cannot overlay this over your current timeline? Bring this timeline over here, like the new projector, which is your consciousness of the new personality, the new role that you will play. You will easily accept it. Like I said, practice makes perfect. If the question is how. And so you're taking this timeline and you're overlaying it. This is the quickest, ready at 26 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm telling you, the quickest way to change reality is to start acting like a different actor. Okay, not mimicking somebody, but in fact becoming more of that person, biologically, spiritually, in behavior, in decision, in mood, like that person who's already fucking married to this what have we got to fix? What have we got to chase after if we're already married? And you're overlaying it. In the morning you get up, I'm not by myself. I just woke up in bed with my husband. Okay? I'm not by myself. We have his and hers, or whatever, however it works out, hers and hers, whatever, couples sinks. And as I'm brushing my teeth, I look over and there he is, or whatever, or there she is. This is why in my kind of like lives I talk about place some items there. It's the easiest shit in the world to convince your subconscious mind. First thing in the morning, let's just say you open your medicine cabinet, there's her makeup right there, she must be here. Or there's his shaving cream, he must be fucking here. And it's not gonna be that long before you start attracting them. Now, you listen, there's a lot more that goes into it, and we can cover it in coaching, but who is in charge of activating this timeline is you. You guessed it. That's you, my darling. So it's not going to happen by itself. It's not going to happen through endless repetition. It's going to happen once you start diving in with deliberate focus into this new personality, activating a whole other feeling. Like how you feeling right now, unless you're really happy, okay? How you feeling right now is some kind of a rehearsed feeling. You don't even know where it started anymore. Okay? You just carried it over and carried it over and here you are. Okay? So this is monotony kind of situation. To break you out of this monotony, like monotony meaning like we know already the story, okay, about this timeline, like been there, done that, okay, seen that fucking show, heard that fucking song. If I am to activate a different timeline, I am to start singing a new tune. Like imagine some kind of, I don't know, bass is playing, orchestra with like low tune, maybe cello, maybe whatever, and all of a sudden the violin, doo doo doo, doo doo doo. Sorry, that was not a violin sound whatsoever. That was more like a flute. Okay, flute it is, I don't care. So all of a sudden you hear a new sound. That's it. The sound. That's the sound. Sorry, guys, I'm in a laughing mood today. That's the sound of the new timeline. That sounds nothing like the monotony that you've been living and the expectation of the doom and gloom. It's so you're so done with it. You could probably pull your hair out of your head, right or wrong, right? So you have to entertain. You have to be ballsy enough, in other words, to go there at least lightheartedly at first to entertain a different tune, serenades for the wind. That's the composition by Mozart that comes to mind right now. Like if you listen to that violin, no, it's not violin, it's the flute. God damn it. Rising above the orchestra, you will know exactly what I mean. It's like a really elegant bird, just flying in the sky and just like telling a new, brand new story. Go listen to that composition, it will open up your eyes, okay? So you're activating a different mode of being. Like imagine you waking up, I don't know, the day after you got married to this guy, okay, or girl. Imagine whatever kind of memory. It's a memory. It already happened. What can you remember from that timeline, okay, that you're really inspired to have, that you really want to live out? Who are you? Again, going back to the same question, who are you in that timeline? Just how does it feel to be you? And at first blush, from my own personal experience and coaching different people, it feels like there's a wall between you, right? You can hear the sound, but you can't access it. But the more you will listen to the music, metaphorically speaking, the more you will go there and make it your deliberate effort. If there is any effort, it's a discipline just to show up. Show up cranky, show up tired, show up pissed off, show up disappointed. As long as you're making these deposits of, I still am after this goal, I still know this timeline, I still know it exists. Yeah, right now I'm still under the echo of the past. I'm still living out the shit that I've sent out yesterday or the day before yesterday. Doesn't mean, though, that I cannot become familiar with the new timeline where I already have this guy. And therefore, how am I feeling? Wow, I feel fantastic. I finally reached my goal. You know what I mean? Like this goal that I had. And the reason I make fun of it a little bit is like you will make fun of yourself a little bit. Because for that version, it'll be like, well, duh. You know what I mean? Of course they want me. See, you are under the impression, under the very, very, very catastrophically wrong impression. You see, I can't even speak. A really wrong impression that they don't want you. This is something on you. This is your decision. You decided that. Okay. This is why you are projecting it out that it's like, I don't love myself. I don't see how you would. But imagine, I'm just being straight here. Well, then, if you do love yourself and you say something completely different, well, I love myself, so I can easily see how you would get obsessed over me. Different situation. But you can't buy into the idea of like, how would somebody love me? And I really, really am sincere and honest when I say to you, I've coached so many people off of YouTube. I never saw any person, not one, who doesn't deserve love. They just convince themselves that they don't, and so they act on a different timeline, act on a different role. And in many cases, it looks just weird. Like you are a wonderful, sublime being with extraordinary powers, and you've talked yourself into being undesirable. This is literally what it looks like. I'm just telling you, as somebody who had gone through the same process, and I'm sure I looked weird as hell too. In fact, people told me that I looked weird, okay, behaving the way that I did, being with people that I, chose to be with, etc., etc. You're playing the wrong role, all right? Hold on. Let me check. So if you stop supporting your old reality, like let's imagine one morning you wake up and you finally done chewing on that old timeline and you say, literally there is no benefit of me staying there. Like not at all. And it doesn't matter if you can't be this relaxed about it, meaning like, everything is still staring you in the face that it's not so, and you want to be, with him or with her, and they're with somebody else. But like literally, if I can project it into your brain right now, you're dreaming this reality, you're dreaming this role, you've set it up. Like, become aware that you are dreaming, right? Become aware of the fact that you're supporting this reality. Again, you viewing things as they are is going to continue supporting them. If you start to dream, and it's not like you're being all that delusional at all. I mean, I would say, yeah, be delusional, but you're not. You're not. The fact is, there is another time, another one of you right now, not so far away, like snap of the fingers away, who already is living this reality, has already been living this reality. In fact, when you merge with this person, you will be like, how how was I thinking otherwise? Okay, how was I? So start supporting the role that you don't want to play. Start supporting in action and in thought. Even if everything around you says something completely different, it's like I always say, make 3D your bitch by rejecting it. No, I reject this. And not in a very like passionate way, like, oh, I reject you, whatever. No, it's just, I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm going to start instruct. I reject what you have to tell me. I reject what you're presenting to me. I know what I'm after. This is why it's so important to really crystallize it in your consciousness. And a lot of the times, not for nothing, you'd be surprised, or maybe you wouldn't be, because you're one of them. It's really hard. You've paid attention so much to what is. It's so hard to distract yourself, to like go into your imagination and start playing. Like, how can I turn this around in my favor? And the fact is, though, the minute you stop paying attention to 3D and go inside your imagination, 3D changes. It becomes your bitch. But if you are its bitch, then you will endlessly kind of situate. Take away that power from the 3D, go inside your imagination. You see them with the third party. Don't go looking on social media, but let's just say you saw them somewhere or whatever, or you're aware of them. This will blow over. This is the echo of the past. We're already married. So, literally, no reaction. You see, no reaction whatsoever. We are married. It's not just idle affirmation. Like, I have concluded, it is my commitment to the new timeline where we're married, and that's my choice. See, the choice is entirely yours. Like right now, you can choose to stay in a timeline where, yes, you continue. And I sympathize. I'm not saying this, out of being whatever, mean or anything, but you can stay there forever. Kind of deal. You can stay there and you can continue pretending that you're this little person. And the universe, in that sense, will allow you to do that. It will allow you to do anything as long as, you're benevolent, you're not hurting anybody. You're just assuming it about your life. So on and on you go. And you see these people that never change their mind in I don't know how long. You can do that, but you can also do a new thing, something completely different, unprecedented. You want unprecedented magic in your life? You have yourself have to become unprecedented. Something that I'm going against the grain. The universe recognizes that different pattern automatically. It says, whoa, what? All of a sudden, you're going to touch the reality or the timeline of happiness. I used to. I used to work with this stylist many, many years ago, who was so funny. He was like, I don't know, 5 feet tall, really short, but well, models are all like, like 2 meters long. But myself included, but he would be saying like, is it okay if we're fabulous? Is it okay if we're happy? Like when somebody would be, I don't know, in the mood, or, like models sometimes or whatever, get moody, just smile would be the translation. Is it okay if we're fabulous? Is it okay? You don't need anybody's permission. Okay, would be my interpretation also, to be fabulous, to be happy. Why? Because you're the CEO, not to keep over borrowing on my kind of like vernacular here, but you're the CEO. Everybody's coming to you. Like, just imagine in the morning, you're in front of the holographic computer of your existence, not just here on Earth, everywhere, actually. Side note here. I know that's not interesting to some people, but to me, it's endlessly interesting. And everybody's coming to you and says, all right, what's the story? What's the scoop? Which timeline are we going to be a part of? All right. And so you just say to yourself in the morning, with even if you are bombarded by all of these motherfuckers that are the hating thoughts, the insecurities, the self-loathing, the do, you know what? I don't need permission to be happy. Is it okay if I'm happy? Is it okay if I'm fabulous? And it sounds so stupid, right? Because you're laughing at your fears. Like, you need their permission to feel happy. Like, nobody. I am the one to give you permission to exist, you can say to them, to the fears, because you're obnoxious, kind of deal. Okay? I don't need your permission. I can just be fabulous. And that's the end of the conversation. The decision is always yours. So again, just like you're supported a previous timeline in which the story was, I am unloved, undesired, rejected, not chosen. That's just one fucking interpretation and story. You know how fast you can abandon that chat? Like yesterday's newspaper, okay? Like it never fucking existed. And by intention alone, decide on a new role. Just what role do I want to play now? Somebody successful in marriage, somebody who, I don't know, maybe is a little bit like lighter in pounds. All these things that you guys want, no matter why you want it, I don't care, as long as you're benevolent. Okay? This is the person I am. And if in the morning you get up and you make sure you plug your consciousness in and you remind yourself, oh yeah, this is my honey, this is my money, and this is my body, and this is my whatever, my car, I don't know. That's the personality. And from this point forward, I will make all my decisions in thought form, in emotion, in reactions based upon these facts. These facts, they exist somewhere, okay, in another timeline, as it were, but they still fucking exist. And so I'm given the choice of supporting some kind of reality every single day. Why the fuck would I support the reality in which I'm not chosen? How much fucking fun is it? And yet, you can get stuck there forever if you wanted to. And yet, you can turn it around in one day. Just every moment is an opportunity to do that. All right. So, you don't need permission to assume anything you please. Just over here, right now, you can put yourself in the body of this new persona, of this new person who translates reality completely different and give credence more to the fairy tale version of your life, not to the doom and gloom. Big distinction. One person is more prone to interpreting certain behavior, even from their SP, in a certain way. Another one, completely different. Okay. One person is expecting, well, the situation is what it is and it's never going to change. And don't you know this is my luck? Another version of you chooses to say, you know what? Today is the day of my salvation, as they say in the Bible. Today is the day that it's going to turn around, and watch me turn it around, because I'm going to ignite a different timeline in which the solution is going to come to me. What is the solution? Whatever I please. If I want them to marry me, I mean, there's steps to it, right? Whatever's believable in your situation, whether that's them outright coming over. I mean, I've heard it all in my coaching, coming over and presenting you with a ring, whether that's starting with an apology, but it has to be that you're committed, okay? It needs to completely and honestly just come from you. You are in fact proposing to yourself and ending up in this marriage by choice alone, just like that. So the secret identity shift, it's you who are going to build it in your conscious. You do not need, darling, I want to stress this. like no tomorrow. You do not need anybody's permission. You do not need anybody's approval. Okay. If you decided to silently, secretly shift into this mega confident persona that you've never fucking been, however you get there, whether through coaching with me or somebody else, or whatever the fuck is your practice, understand you don't need permission from your mother, from your father, from your whoever bullied you in school and all these kind of things. Like, that is all noise. You're looking for signal, okay? Like that guy O'Leary says, forgot his first name. Anyway, you gotta be 90% signal, 10% noise, you know? I would say 90% focus and 10% noise, but you get it. It's more or less the same. The secret identity shift is happening gradually, but that you will receive the benefits. Kevin O'Leary just came to me in 1 second. Okay, the secret identity shift will happen silently but persistently. Even I would just want to make sure you understand, especially on days when you feel grumpy, especially on days when you feel discouraged, especially on days when you feel like everything is lost. Nothing is lost. Keep going, keep persevering. Okay, especially on those days when you feel like nothing is happening, everything is fucking happening. And in fact, the universe is looking to you to reinforce that commitment to the new timeline. What's that? I still see them with a third party. No, I can sense, you can say, I can hear in the ethers of this new timeline that somehow, in some very benevolent way, these two people decided to go their separate ways. Like that. Whatever needs to happen, happen. If you want to say to yourself, whatever's appropriate in your personal situation, you can say, that guy or girl, when they met me, it was over. And one way or the other, we were going to end up together. And maybe it's finally come to the point where I'm relaxed and I'm expecting it. And don't you know, when you're relaxed and when you're expecting it, and when you manage to soothe yourself and encourage yourself in this way, rather than telling yourself doom and gloom stories, okay, they end up becoming true through your insistence. Why don't you just become a very good storyteller for yourself? And that story will come true. And you can say, that guy and girl, or girl, sorry, when they met me, they just marked me in their consciousness, like, that's my wife, that's my husband. And this third party, again, it doesn't mean anything at all. The real connection is between me and him, or him and her, whatever. You get it. The two people that are part of the couple that I'm talking to right now. Okay. So that's what was really supposed to be, because I traveled to the Mama Drama Panorama timeline. That's why the third party, got carried over from the other timeline. So if I'm starting on this journey of connecting to the new timeline where we're married, it's natural and normal that the third party will evaporate just like they appeared. All right. Excuse me. I need a glass of sip of water. Ah. Sorry, one more. All right. So don't ask God for the moon and remain on earth. What does it mean? If I'm asking for marriage, I better start recalibrating my whole being, my consciousness, my thoughts, my feelings, even my wardrobe space, space in the refrigerator, even I mean, I don't know. Maybe they like to sleep on a certain side of the bed, and you're particular about this side. Whatever. It's just like assuming, like, this guy or girl. This is it. We're together. And it's like everyday life, it's not so glamorous. I got news for you, they might end up annoying you in certain moments or whatever. Like, it's normal and natural. It's totally apropos. It's not like, you're gonna wake up and it's just, I don't know, a Vogue shoot 24/7, It's gonna be some things that are real, that are normal. Maybe you can come up with some of these things that might annoy you. I don't know. Maybe you're particular about certain type of things, but don't create like one time I was asked about it by one of my clients, and she asked, why don't I create something like really annoying so it feels really normal? And I said, I don't think you should do that because then you'll be annoyed when it manifests. But just something like a tiny, teeny, tiny thing. Okay, that's not too annoying, but it's like regular life. You know what I mean? Like if you have only one bathroom, let's just say in your apartment or a house, like that's annoying. Or you know what I mean? Or maybe you can start having mental conversations like if we have one bathroom, maybe we need another. These kinds of plans. Okay, you understand? You going on the assumption you're already there. You're already there. You already won. You already got married. Go beyond the marriage and proposal. I mean, it's nice to imagine the wedding and the guests and all of that is lovely, but you're looking to make it so normal and natural, like it's not this big fucking deal. All right, so the other thing that I really really wanted to squeeze in here is love is very gentle. It's very subtle. It's not forcing, right? So again, I want to say, perhaps a lot of people, because of everything on YouTube, are under the impression that you need to try harder, and I feel like it's 100% an inside job and a very delicate job. Okay, it's not forcing somebody to do things, but it's graciously accepting. It's graciously and lightheartedly entertaining in the ethers a different story that's much, much more pleasing to you. And being ever so kind to yourself, to always soothe yourself, not to lie to yourself. Big distinction. Okay, let's just say an example, somebody's clearly abusing you, okay, being abusive. That's, if you're going to swipe that under the carpet, that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, it's literally soothing yourself with the thoughts. Meaning, if a thought is they're never going to call me, they're never going to choose me, those are the thoughts that you owe yourself to soothe, because most of the time, like 9 times out of 10, there's literally no evidence of it. And even if there is, that evidence was borrowed from the other timeline. Okay. So it's graciously entertaining a new reality and thought transmitting yourself to that timeline and soothing yourself every single time the thought comes up. What would my ideal self think? What would that version right now, like such a great exercise, every time you're about to send a text or to react, at least try to have the self control, which is really important. I mean, manifestation, side note here, is really just controlling your thoughts and emotions. And I know that sounds like a tall order, but you can. You can. If you know yourself, this is why know thyself is such a powerful situation. Like when you know your demons, you can fucking tame them. You can tame them so bad that they will be your bitches. Okay. So great, entertaining it graciously and accepting it graciously. Like, this is not too good for me. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. Not in an arrogant way either, but it's kind of like, don't be like, oh, it's overdue already, like, fuck, No, it's like, thank you. Thank you. I understand why it took what it took. I wasn't ready. Universe is not trying to fucking punish me. It's just trying to help me, first of all, get there and stay there. Like, how cruel would it be if it just let you have something when you weren't ready and then take it away? That's really cruel. So it's helping you to get there and stay there and graciously tuning into this timeline, tuning into their love, DSP's love, that is always already there. You understand? Like that timeline that you are seeing in a distorted way right now. This right here, where you are now, is a version of the ideal reality. Just a version, but because it's distorted, it's not ideal. And the distortion, it comes from your consciousness. It's continuously distorting it. Okay. So, but if you realize they already love you, I promise, just take my word for it. Okay. They already love you. There is a timeline that is the most pristine, the most beautiful, metaphorically and symbolically called the golden Buddha reality, in which like everything is to your liking. Again, not perfect in that, some everyday life, whatever bullshit still shows up, but it's so good that you're so happy that you're like floating on air. Okay, it exists right now, that you're pushing it away by telling something else. Like imagine everything is already beautiful and you're like a megastar, billionaire, zillionaire, trillionaire. You have your wonderful SP, and I don't know, something sorry, something happened and you're outside screaming, I'm miserable, somebody help me. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like, why would you do that, right? Because you already have everything. I'm just trying to make you laugh, guys. It's not that I'm laughing at your problems. Please don't take it that way. I'm just in a really funny mood. Sometimes it happens. You really already have, but that's the role you're playing. Okay, that's the role you continue playing, denying yourself access to the new timeline. Just accept that they already love you. If you can tap into it and tune into it, it might just scare you maybe a little bit, like just how much they really love you. And I know you have your story to tell, and we can discuss in session, and you might have valid points. I'm just saying that all of this scenario, it got basically you got derailed because of these perceptions. So just like you got derailed, you can examine what derailed you and no longer have it derailed you, so that you can live out this authentic lifestyle. Right. So change, you have many identities from different timelines, just a zillion of them. Sometimes myself, I become aware of them in sleep, and sometimes it's like not the most pleasant, but whatever. For whatever reason, my higher self wants me to see something there. Okay. But you have many identities. So it's kind of like which identity you want to land on today, tomorrow. Just be consistent and you will live out that identity's formidable future. Okay. Okay. So what to do on a daily basis? So in order to make it regular, it's only going to happen if you stop idolizing it so much and make it like it's so normal. It's not about necessarily the marriage, I want to stress. It's about the kind of person you're marrying. Because believe me, you're going to be married and that's for life, right? One would hope. So one would hope you're making decisions according to your happiest future. Okay, so making it regular. Um, Through daily meditation, accepting of your new self. I don't know how else to explain it other than it happens individually and on a very personal level, but you lay out your intentions, you lay out even your scripts and your several things that represent your new timeline, just like I described, like a few things, this is my money, this is my honey, this is my whatever, my car, this is my house, and it starts sipping into you energetically. Words are just words. It's more than words. It becomes this holographic situation starts coming over here. And you will have kind of like an ear into that timeline. You will have visions from that timeline. It will be shown to you what the SP is thinking. Your meditation here is of paramount importance. If you ever want to get a hold of, number one, your own mind, and then tap into the universal mind where all the secrets are revealed and you don't feel so fucking alone, okay? Meditation is a must. Now, how long? It's individual. First of all, however long you can. Some people are really busy schedules, this and that. But I would say at least 5-10 minutes. Okay, you just tap in, and what you're doing in that moment is what you're accomplishing, hopefully. And if you're not, it's okay. You can try the next day. Okay, what you're accomplishing is the merge feeling, this feeling that will merge you. Sorry, with that timeline, and you can easily tap back into even when you have your shitty day. There's a certain personality around a person who dresses like this, has this money, has this honey, has this house. What is it? Okay, you're building out this feeling emotion, and it's, again, as I always say on my channel, you're becoming a perfumier of energy. So you've seen some examples of people adoring you, as I've said. So you've seen some examples of people being wealthy. You've seen examples of everything that you want. Borrow from those energies, even if you haven't experienced it yourself. And then fantasize, just like a child, how fun. This is what I really want to stress, how fun it would be to experience. It's not about the forcing, it's not about the endless affirmations. It's about having fun. Love is light, love is gentle. Okay, love is easy. It should be easy to manifest this for you. It shouldn't be like, "Arr, come on, marry me." No, they should be just drawn to you naturally. And what you're calibrating in that moment is that feeling. This is the personality for whom this is child's play. All I'm doing is I'm observing this reality that I'm constructing, like Alice in Wonderland. I'm putting these things out of my imagination into my holographic world that I'm completely going to connect to emotionally and energetically, and watch this world as if by magic come leak over here and present itself to me. This is exactly what you're doing. Nothing serious is going on. This is you playing like a fucking child. Okay? So to the new you, this is how it always was. This is what I would really want to stress. And always will continue to be. Just like for the old version, it was always something else. For the new version to whose reality you're peeping in, this is how it's always been. And so when you're getting there, with time, you will feel like you relate to this reality way more than to the other reality, completely. And that's how you'll know you're making progress. Okay, I already spoke about a really easy to imagine scene. Anything at all. Like, for example, you go and take a walk with your SP. You're taking a walk and you're having a conversation about whatever. Okay, or a drive, or you're shopping in the supermarket, or shopping whatever for clothes and this and that, and you just carrying on some kind of a banter, some kind of a friendly banter about whatever. You're already married, you have your ring on your finger, this and that, and you just friendly, flirting, talking, kissing, tupachu. And that's the regular Saturday, let's just say. Just a very easy scene. And tapping into this being normal. Carry on this conversation, especially if you know this fucking person. Oh my God, you're gonna like telepathically transmit all this shit to them. It's gonna happen, right? And so it's not imagination only. What you're actually doing is you're tapping in to that person's mind, that other version's mind, and to that timeline. So be careful. Again, be careful when you're spending time talking to them in a certain other way. Just know what you're doing. Know what you're doing in that moment, that all of that is going like a transcript is being directly sent to them. That's it. And now you're wondering why you're still not married. This is why. All right. So pretend that you're already there. It's already done. It's already a done deal. Completely normal and natural. Um, as far as, the proposal and wedding, it's really fun to imagine these things and to plan what kind of dress, and all of that is very, very valid and very exciting. Keep in mind, though, it's only like a day. A wedding is a day, maybe 2 days in some cultures. I don't know. Excuse me one second. You want the life. You want to go directly. Even if you don't want marriage, you want to be with this person long term. What are you guys doing on a regular basis? What kinds of changes, essentially, in the most immediate future, can you implement in your life that will reflect that you're expecting this? Okay, in the exterior and in the interior. Okay, if you're, let's just say, you're more prone to react, maybe with a little jealousy, a little kind of maybe shame, self-condemnation when you're invited some places like the weddings, let's just say, even, or some kind of other gatherings, and you're looking at other couples, and you feel bad that you're not, you don't have somebody and this and that. To the best of your ability, I know it's very challenging when you're doing it by yourself, which is why coaching is so helpful. Just reverse the reaction that normally would be yours and make up a story that's believable to you in that moment. Something like, you know what, if it comforts you, whatever will really comfort you, though, not just lie to yourself, you know what I mean, kind of deal. Just something like, you know what, this is my inspiration, this wedding, in fact, this is my inspiration, how mine will be. Okay. Or my husband is not feeling well. He's home right now. I don't know if that's believable to you. Do it. You know what I mean? Or I'm going any minute. I'm going to meet my honey, and this is my confirmation because I'm at a wedding. You see how I just turned that shit around completely? I'm being invited to all these fucking weddings because I'm next. Hello. Kind of deal. And draw inspiration. Draw inspiration. Oh, look, these flowers. No, maybe not like this, like that. Oh, this dress, maybe not. You're rehearsing. You're not looking at this wedding. You're looking at your wedding through, through the eyes of your creativity. In other words, maybe because I'm a creative person and I don't look at the world the same, and I've that's how I began coaching creative people. Like, been a coach for 10 years now. Total 10. Out of those 7 creative people, it's easier for them to imagine what's not there. I understand that it's not the same for everybody. But as long as you can take what you see and give it a meaning that's to your advantage, and give it a meaning, but also overlay your own interpretation, kind of deal. Like, I know I'm looking at this, but what I'm really looking at is the. Okay, I know you know what I mean? Like, literally every single thing that is uncomfortable to you right now, just replace it with something that would soothe you completely. Okay. I mean, proposals, God knows how many proposals I've manifested in my coaching, not for me basically, but for my clients. It's so easy again to manifest the proposal. Is your heart really in it? Okay. And I think I'm going to close with that unless I have some kind of other thoughts. I think it's easy to manifest. It really is easy to manifest a proposal, a marriage under these conditions. Number one, you process your mama drama panorama and you stop projecting your own fears and insecurities on this person. They might come with their own mama drama panorama. I'm not saying that, but that you stop projecting your own shit and, making it almost impossible for you. That's what needs to go, and you and only you will honestly be able to tell it to me, even in coaching. Okay. But if you're not doing it in coaching, truth needs to come from you to you. Number 2, is this really the person that you see yourself marrying? Okay, like, certain things, it could be changed, this and that, boo boo boo, but on an energetic level, right? Is there real is there a real attraction there, or are you simply kind of holding on to this because it's a representation of something, because you don't want to be alone, or because whatever, like that? Those are the 2 things to ask. Provided this has been answered, and the answer to the second question is, I really love this person, I really like this person. Okay, big distinction again. Like, it's not enough to love somebody. You actually like, do you really see yourself with this person? And can you actually tell me that you have full confidence, provided you'll take care of your shit, that they will be everything that you want them to be? Meaning, like, you can trust them. Okay. Is the trust there, or is it so broken? Okay. That that's what you might be struggling. And we can talk, but these are just questions to answer. Okay. Kind of situation. Is there something to work with there that's undeniably can be morphed into the best version of this person? If yes, then you have it. You have it. You just need to expand on these qualities and expand on your own personal history, meaning, again, amplifying the beautiful experiences that you've had, how people in the past went gaga for you. Maybe not the right people, we don't care. But you've had that effect on somebody. Now you're going to employ it here, but you're going to do it not with force, but with passion. Okay? Not with underline 300 million times, not with force, but with passion. It would be so ridiculously fun to be married to this person. I not to again not to tell your parents that you're married, not to fulfill some kind of social obligation, not to be pressured by your age. Please, ladies and gentlemen, no, darling, no. Don't be pressured by that. That's silly. You're as old as you feel completely. Don't go by that at all. Just go by, do, am I really passionate about it? If you are, you can make it happen. Leave the mama drama panorama behind and only focus on the best in this person, even in that not so great version, and in the best in you, and marry those two people in your mind, the best version of you and the best version of your SP. And what kind of life is that? And live and breathe it and walk in it, as Neville would say. Okay, just live and breathe it. This is my fucking reality. I am getting used to it now. Just like maybe, you've had a new job, a new house that you need to get used to, all of these things. It's got to sink in. Okay. And in coaching, that's what I help people to do, basically, to let go of. It's hard to let go of the old mama drama panorama. It is. I know it is. I had to do it on my own personal deep dive 15 years ago. It really fucking is. It feels familiar, but my darling, it's toxic. It served its duty. It served its purpose at some point in time. It's time to let go. It's time to become somebody new. And this new version of you, my God, it's waiting for you, like with balloons and fireworks on the other side. Like totally, hey, over here kind of deal, like finish line, come on, you can do it. And I know, I sympathize so much. I am totally 100% sincere when I say I sympathize for those people who are going through it. And to the best of my ability, I help people, coaching them, because it's not easy to do this by yourself, especially sometimes when it's like everything is crashing down on you, or everything seems like it's against you and you don't know where to go. Like, don't wait, don't suffer, ask for help, whether from me, from somebody else. Do talk about these things. You're not Things are not so terrible that you cannot swim out of them. Like, please don't have this doom and gloom psychology. And again, I sympathize because trust me, I've been there. My parents are like that. But you today, you can choose to be a different way. You can be the groundbreaking example of an unprecedented magician completely. And again, it will feel like you're betraying your old self, but you really are being on your own best team. You really are marrying not just your SP, but your new version of self, the golden Buddha version of self. All right, you guys. I'm just going to check my notes really quick. I hope I was helpful today. Oh, command without hesitation. So we did the meditation, which came out all right. Go listen to it. How to send the telepathic message. Clear your energy and send the telepathic message to your SP. Command without hesitation. You can only command. Don't get frustrated when I talk about commanding. Command without hesitation when you've cleared all of your things that seemingly it's like a wall. It's telling you no, you can't go past it. Said who? You can get through anything. But it's you who you're getting through to the other side. It's you, just you are the wall, right? There is no spoon. Like in the Matrix, there is no wall. It's all in my mind. It's what I allow myself to dream of completely. So when I have no more hesitation, when the hesitation is gone in my mind and I'm crystal clear and I'm focused and I'm only focused on the best, basta ka basta. Game over. There's no stopping you. This guy or girl it's going to be incredible what's going to happen because you've changed and you've shifted. You've secretly shifted into this personality who is already married. They're going to be at your door in no time. Thank you so much for tuning in. All the information from me is below. Until next time, ciao ciao. Big kiss. Ciao ciao.